Looking stunning, wearing the hat. True Whitaker.
Oh, look at that ass!
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, give us a twirl, please, quickly. Like, hello, hi, thank you so much. We've
Can you read my hat?
Hutcherson.
Josh!
Welcome, you're right here.
From the Hunger Games.
From the Hunger Games and from I Love LA. And then, of course, the one and only Rachel Sennott. Please, a big welcome. Hello, darling. Oh, you're gonna pop right over here, honey. Incredible! Oh, I'm so happy to talk with you all. I've been itching to have this conversation.
We've been itching too.
Good. Everybody's
So itchy right now.
We should get that
I don't
checked
know
out.
what
We should
happened
get that
last
checked
weekend.
out. But tell me, okay, this is it's such an interesting snapshot for me. I'm not from LA, I'm so sorry, please don't kick me out. But in living here now for half a decade, this felt like a phenomenal representation of what the city is and the potential and ambition of everybody who lives here. So I'm so curious. I actually want to start with Jordan and kind of go down the way. I want to just have your thoughts and feelings about being cast in this and what your initial reaction was.
I mean, Rachel I'm just gonna say it, she's my best friend.
Oh,
She's my best friend in the world, and we've known each other for a decade and just become closer and closer with time. And she had sent me the script when she was first writing it and didn't say anything to me. And you know, I loved the script. Obviously, her writing is just like so hers and nuanced, and the characters and the dynamics are so unique and special. And there was one character named Charlie. I was like, that sounds pretty familiar. Some of the things he's saying, maybe I've said some of those things. But she didn't she couldn't tell me if she had maybe written it with me in mind. So, I went through a rigorous audition process and fought my way through all of gay Los Angeles and New York. They taped. And I just felt so honored that she would, cast me. I mean, I knew we cared about each other as friends, but we've become such close collaborators too, and she inspires me daily as a creative and friend.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. No, honestly, you are Charlie and Charlie is Jordan. I feel very kismet about that. You do such a wonderful job. True, what about you? How do you feel? When you first read this script, were you like, oh, I want this?
Yeah, when I first saw Alani on the page, I was like, okay, wait, I know this girl so well, and I really feel like I can humanize this girl that could maybe be taken as a little not that tasteful, or can be a little spoiled, but I'm like, no, but she still has feelings, and she deserves to be there, and I wanna give a voice to her. So I took a lot of time on this audition, and when I got the call back, I remember Rachel was like, okay, are you ready to start? And I was like, wait, but before we start, and I just started chit-chatting and just being like, please, my life depends on this, and just showing parts of my own cadence and trying to give them a taste of me, and then being like, okay, it was me getting my jitters out, but then I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and I did it, and they liked me, and this has been a dream come true. Yeah, I manifested this pretty intensely, and I can't believe that it's being well received, and I'm just so blessed to be here, and Rachel. Yeah, like I said, was literally on my manifestation board a year before. I did not know her like Jordan did. I was just being terrifying and scary, and was at home I want to work with her, and just kept trying to speak it into existence. And so when I saw this project, I was like, I really need to. Deep.
Oh, she's here.
I was
Clueless late. What a shocker.
Odessa A'zion.
You guys. I came from this other event, my shower in bed.
Hugs for everyone. Hugs for everyone. Hugs. Don't worry, we're just getting.
I was at a party.
There's so much to talk about.
I was at a party.
Hi, sister.
Hug everyone in the audience now.
Yes. No, honestly, thank you so much for sharing that because I do, again, I see so much. I don't know any of you. Let me also just preface that I'm talking like I do, but I feel like there's so much sentiment for who you are outside of the show in your characters as well. Like I said to myself, sometimes I felt like I was watching just a bunch of friends vlogging because it felt so natural. So I'm so curious about that as well. Like, what was the off-screen chemistry like, and how did that really hybrid into your characters in the show? Do you want to talk about that, Rachel?
We hate each other.
Yeah, I can tell.
We have the crazy baby.
Guys.
Also, it always makes us hug, and it's like,
Yeah.
Stop.
No, I want to say, I mean, I feel so blessed to have a cast this talented. I feel like even just I was watching some of Six, like with everyone right now, and every time any one of them comes on screen, I'm like so like delighted, and I laugh, and they make me feel things. Jordan jerking off, I'm crying for some reason. I think I feel I got so lucky to work with both friends, like a friend that I've known for so long, and then make new friends who changed my life. And I feel like I don't know, the process of making the show was so special. Like we got to improv, and I feel like every actor added so much to their character, and you want to write to their voice or their cadence. Not to say that any of the characters are the actors, but just like you want to write to their comedic timing and their sensibilities, and that was such a gift. It was really special. It was so fun.
yeah, and I think too, like one thing that I think Rachel nailed in such a challenging and amazing way was finding that balance of making it feel like we were all friends and all had like creative input and we could improvise and felt free to kind of do things, but at the same time she had a vision for what she wanted the show to be. And that's a hard thing, I think, to balance, and I've told you that many times, that like I think it's a very difficult thing to create a set that feels that free and that open and that creative, but somehow still we make our day, you know? And so like that was, I feel like, a challenge in so many ways, but something that you did incredibly, and I think that it has to do with the casting, the writing, and just your like overall leadership and confidence and your own vision.
I remember even like in the pilot, like the first time we all shot together, like we all knew, like I knew what kind of eye contact Charlie made with Alani as opposed to Maya, as opposed to Tallulah, and I've never had that with a project.
Was
where
it
it's
just
like,
natural? How did you know
natural.
that?
It's just like I was like I just know how they all relate to each other, and like I think when you look at each two characters and how they relate, they're all so different, and like the Venn diagram of it all, it's like
When we shot the birthday party scene in the hotel all together, and that was our first overnight too, we were like, oh, we're locked in. First overnight, we're all eating like gummy worms. We're getting like
I had
really,
COVID and the flu, and I didn't tell anyone because I knew
Oh
it was
my
worse.
god.
Oh, is HR here? Sorry, guys.
But I felt we locked into each other, sort of. And as the season went on too, I felt like it just got deeper and deeper.
Yeah, there's a serious chemistry there that I can see, and it's so incredible to watch, and it's funny, and it's really organic. And so I'm curious, you talked about finding this balance and really locking in with each other. Did any of you, or can any of you, and Odessa, I'm looking at you, my little late lady.
Hey.
Did you have a favorite scene that you were just filming and you were like, oh, this is the one, it's clicking?
Honestly,
I'll answer.
I can't say what it is because it hasn't,
Okay.
you guys haven't seen it yet, but it's one of the very last scenes in episode 8. And I felt like that before too, but there's this one scene in episode 8 and it's just Rachel and I. It was just so fucked, but it was so fun. And yeah, I feel like that's one of the ones.
I feel like I felt that way.
Yeah, Ginny was great too.
Oh, yeah.
Ginny was the
That
one
was
that
fun.
this rabbit isn't
Eating the rabbit. Why they made us eat a real rabbit at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Like it was
mine-
4:30 or 5 a.m. They were like, let's just get one where you just devour the rabbit.
Yeah, and mine was a bowl of spicy jambalaya. like, okay. I like went home like feeling quite sick.
And like the lady was really proud that she had like made the rabbit wait, and she was great at it. She was like, "It's good, right? The rabbit's good."
We
I'm
really
like,
had
"That's
to-
great. I
we
love
really
the
had
rabbit."
5 o'clock in the morning, I want to go home.
You're burping rabbit and everyone. As they're miking you, you're like, oh,
I see
sorry,
rabbits.
okay.
I don't eat
Just a
rabbits,
little bit of
but-
rabbit coming up.
I couldn't partake. It was actually making me gag a little bit. It had to be taken away on my coverage because I was like,
And if y'all
I'm gonna
eaten a
throw up.
rabbit, raise your hand if you eaten a rabbit.
Now you ate the rabbit! Get out!
Rabbits.
Go! Leave!
Who would leave a carrot for their rabbit? Oh yeah, thank you.
What was the question? What was your question?
Who would
Easy
leave a
crowd.
carrot for
Love
their
this.
rabbit?
Very participatory. I love that so much. I also want to
play a game.
The log line of the show talks a lot about ambition, you know, life and love, but also these ambitious characters. So talk to me about ambition as a character in the show. What was the thought process behind that? Because, you know, some of the characters are really chasing ambition, some of you are chasing complacency, vice versa. So talk to me about how that manifested in the show and as a thread.
So I think, you know, I wanted to talk about one, I feel like the last couple of years, whatever, have been crazy, you know? I think for me, and especially for people younger than me, like I think of my younger sisters, who one of them had to leave college in the middle of COVID, one of them had to do all her classes, like high school classes on Zoom, whatever. And I had just graduated college and I was like trying to enter the job market. And then it was like COVID, then it was like an insurrection in the government. Then it was like a strike. You know, it was just.
And you were there for January 6th,
And
so
I
that was
was.
a moment for you.
Yeah, there. I'm the old lady with the flag. No, but it was like, I think it just felt like a very chaotic time, and I think it's easy to lean into feeling nihilistic or hopeless. And basically, when me, Emma Berry, my co-showrunner, and Max Silvestri, one of our EPs, who's here tonight, shout out Max, we were talking about it a lot, and we were like, we kind of want each character to be a different response to the times, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So Maya is sort of like, I'm on that treadmill. She is like on the Titanic as it sinks, and she's like, I'm gonna be at the last little tippity top as the boat goes down. I think Tallulah is a little bit more of like a nihilist, and you know, she's more free-spirited and sort of like, fuck it, everything's crazy.
Let's freeze!
But yeah,
I love
I'm
it.
get me in that ice, baby. And I feel like it's like Dylan, I think, doesn't so much buy into the system that Maya buys into. Like Alani is more like trying to build community and harmony in that space. Charlie, I feel like, has a little bit of both Maya and Tallulah. Like he has the nihilism, but he also still wants to grow, like, you know. And so we wanted each of these characters to be a different approach to the times and like ambition and career and whatever and the world.
That's so interesting because, you know what, I feel like when I was watching it, I'm like, Charlie and Alani, to me, I was like, they're very empathetic.
They are.
There is this underlying.
They are.
Is Charlie a Cancer because tough exterior?
Jordan's a Cancer.
We're Cancer.
Oh.
We're both Cancer. Is that the family?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah, because I think also with Charlie, like my favorite thing, you see it, I think, it's like you sort of show this hard shell, I think, and then he goes through things that kind of chip away at it. And it was so, like, knowing Jordan so well and having him be one of my best friends, like, I think there's like this kind of idea of who Jordan is, and then the Jordan that I know, who's one of the most sensitive people and caring people. And I think, like, to me, what the character, I wanted to sort of show an idea of who he was and then who he was behind that. And like how also people get hardened to life. Like I'm sure we're all hardened.
I think just like also this town, like,
Yeah, I
like
was
if
gonna
you're
say,
gonna
the city.
survive here, you have to harden yourself or you will die. Like it's like people treat you like shit. You have friend groups that you think will never end and they leave you the second you're not killing it. Like these are very common things that happen, and so you kind of have to build this protection around yourself. But then in order to also, it's a conundrum, because then to be a great artist, which this town also needs, you have to also have that softness and you have to shed that hardness.
Yeah.
So it's this constant balance of like, that's why we're all like going to Esalen every month and Big Sur and doing meditation retreats, because it's like 6 months getting hardened, 1 week getting softened, then another 6 months getting hardened, then I'll do ayahuasca and that'll go away. And so I think like it's kind of just like the cycle.
We've got an Esalen fan.
Yeah,
Oh, somebody gets it. The girls that get it. I also wanted to ask Josh, because while we're unpacking these characters, and I saw this article from The Cut, so I wanted to touch on it. The title of this article was "I Still Want to Kiss Josh Hutcherson," and the writer Brooke Lamantia said that they feel like I Love LA will give everyone the same obsession with you that she's had since her youth.
Yeah.
But they made an interesting point, because they said in the show, you are the only person in Maya's life that isn't tied to the entertainment industry. And that's a big rarity in LA. So I'm curious, what did you find interesting, or how did you channel exploring that dynamic?
It's interesting because in a way, like I connect with Dylan on that level in a big way. I feel like I've been doing this for 24 years, and I've always kind of had like 1 foot in the industry and 1 foot out. I think that I never go to events or parties or anything like that unless I have to, or I'm like contractually obligated to promote something. Well, yes,
He's
happy to
been
be here, by the way.
obligated to be
Yes,
here.
I am.
Yeah.
No, but this is going downhill quick. Love all you guys. No, I think, so because I started acting in this industry because I wanted to make movies, and like the idea of like fame and money and all those things wasn't on my radar at all. And so I think that from a young age, my goals were somewhat pure in that sense. And I think that purity is something that Dylan also has. But I also think that Dylan, like me, can sometimes sit back and quietly judge it and be like, oh, I think I might just be better because I don't do TikTok. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that I connect a lot of that with Dylan. So yeah, I see a lot of myself, and too much of myself in Dylan sometimes. But I think the kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but also admiring the ambition. And that's the thing I think is important, that Dylan sees Maya's ambition, he's drawn to that, and he thinks that's attractive, and he wants to be near it, even if he doesn't share the same goals necessarily.
Everybody has their own level or definition of ambition and what it is, but being around it is really what's most important at the end of the day for these characters, which is really cool. The other thing I wanted to talk about, because it was something that every single episode I was just like wowed by, were the costume and design choices for each character. Like, Odessa, please talk to me about Tallulah and the different costume choices. Was there collaboration there? How did this come to be? I want to ask everyone this question, to be honest.
Okay, so for me, like, when we started the pilot, I never worn clothes like that. I don't wear clothes like that. So I was like very, very out of my comfort zone. And I was really happy that we did the pilot, and then we had this like long pause, but we were waiting to find out if we got picked up or not. And then within that time, I could kind of sit with it. And then when we got picked up, we could go back to it, and once I'm in the wardrobe room again and we're trying on the clothes, I'm like, tighter, smaller, thank you, yeah,
Funeral
more
outfit.
boob.
Yeah, she was
The funeral
like,
outfit.
And when you got that body,
like,
it's
I was gonna say, I was
imagine.
like, I'd catch you sometimes in the mirror, like I didn't want to let
But it
him
just
know.
felt like after doing the pilot and like sitting with the clothes and kind of like learning this character as that, and as uncomfortable I was, because I still had trouble. I had a lot of trouble with it. But I just feel like it wouldn't make sense to not do it that way, because that was the character. You know what I mean? So it was cool. It took me out of my comfort zone. I feel like she actually helped me a lot in my life too, being comfortable wearing clothes like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks to Lulu. Crazy bit.
I love that.
Very cool. what about with Charlie? And we're wearing the hat. I brought up the hat backstage.
Amy Rush fired me for being gay and Jewish. On sale now. No,
You
wait.
did.
Are we getting a t-shirt?
Eat it and wait, boys.
No, I mean, I came in with a couple ideas. I always wanted like him to have some signature shirts. I don't know if anyone caught the "What's Going On with My Career," which is a famous Cher quote from Twitter. And can I quiz you on ocean facts, which is a TikTok thing? Nina, anyone? Nina? Yeah, okay.
Still don't know what that is.
Just vote.
Yeah, just vote. I'm already out.
You know what?
Okay.
Can I quiz you?
But
On ocean facts. I feel like y'all don't know anything about.
But yeah, I think like Charlie, he's obviously a stylist, so we wanted to find the right mixture of like designer and vintage, and like, you know, there's two different types of gay stylists in the world, as everyone knows. There's the ones that like just wear a black t-shirt and black pants, or like Alexander McQueen always wore just like a t-shirt and jeans, and then there's the ones that like go really extra. So Rachel and I, like, we are sending like Dochi's stylist like wears matching outfits with her. So it's like, I think Charlie's more of the extroverted stylist, and like, you know, there's Law Roach, who's like, he's a star in his own right, but he's a stylist. So I think we tried to find the balance of like, is Charlie a stylist who wants to be a star or wants to lean back? And I think he's more probably in the I want to be seen camp of that.
He's budding and finding his own. What about Alani for True?
For Alani, I mean, I just remember the first time going into the fitting and being like so stoked because her closet seemed like endless, because obviously like she comes from a place of like privilege, but also has this like demeanor that's, I don't know, just like exudes like color. And so I felt like it was just like really fun to be able to like dive into that and be in like little girly tops and be in my tabbies and stomp around and just like I feel like the confidence, from like all these like chic and like intense outfits definitely brought me.
When she asked at her dad's office where the foot mirror is.
Of course, I'm like there must be one in here as well, I assume. But yeah, it was awesome. And working with Christina was cool.
Yeah, I want to shout out Christina Fenner, our costume designer. She's amazing. And I feel like
so collaborative.
we talked a lot about, I was like, I think especially with the internet, fashion moves so fast. And I wanted each character to have their own individual style, but also feel like they could be in a friend group together and never have pieces that felt like, oh my God, that's gonna date us. You know what I mean? So Christina leaned a lot into vintage, which I think is really cool because a lot of people wear vintage, and I think really sculpted out while collaborating with the cast, like each of their individual styles, but also you see them standing next to each other and you're not like, oh my God, goth girl, like cottagecore, like, you know, it felt like a friend group. So that I thought she really struck an amazing balance with that.
I got weirdly specific with Dylan, because I was like,
Tell us.
he might just be a teacher, okay, and he might be like, you know, the normal dude in so many ways, but I was like, but he's in Silver Lake, he's with Maya, who's like this amazing woman, so he's got to have some kind of sense of a style.
Let's go.
Exactly. So I was like, this is too boring. We need to like turn it up a little bit.
We just gotta give him a little edge.
Find that little dial.
Yes.
I was like, and that's like for me kind of a newer thing to get that involved on such like minutia of wardrobe for a character. But it's fun to collaborate with Christina and find that.
Oh, I love hearing that. I actually felt like Maya and Dylan, at least their daytime outfits, very much complemented each other. I was like, oh, I can see.
That was
you
the
can see them
first
swapping
one. Well, we
t-shirts,
would do
things like
stuff
that.
like that where it would be like, this is Dylan's t-shirt or hat.
Yes.
You know, little pieces like that.
It was really fun. But it's cool to know that you all went that deep with it. Obviously, the show is called I Love LA, but a universal experience is the mornings that you wake up and you're like, I want to get out of this town. So tell me, anyone can jump in, but when was the last time you said, oh my God, I hate LA?
I'm not gonna say I said I hate LA at all. It's actually quite the opposite. I just came from New York and it's miserable there right now. It's freezing. I don't recommend. It's like so gloomy, sad. I was sleeping a lot. And I got here and I was like, okay, like someone put on Life is Worth the Living by Justin Bieber, I guess. I was like there at the chateau, like, okay, like palm trees. I was like, I too love LA. I'm like, I love it. Good, thank God.
Did you guys hear about the palm trees though?
You said,
Yes.
yeah, they're taking our palm trees away. So yeah, maybe then I'll hate it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Things gotta
They're
die.
chopping the palm trees
Wait,
down.
what?
They're chopping
Where?
the palm trees down in all of
Everywhere?
LA.
Why? Okay,
Guys,
pause.
it
There's
was
a big
disaster.
They're bringing them
I heard it here first.
Some of the palm trees are
They're
old.
dying.
They're not native to LA. They brought them here, and some of them are really old.
I'm horrified.
We're gonna plant new
So
ones,
they're
but
ready
they'll
to
be
move
dead
to
by
Florida.
now.
Okay,
Like, really.
but they were gonna bring in new palm trees. We still have palm trees.
For like
There we go. Journalism is not dead.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, we're all leaving LA together.
The palm trees are going to our bathroom.
Palm trees die, we die.
Has anybody else had a little I hate or I dislike LA? I feel so harsh saying that. What's wrong?
Yeah, I'm like, we love it.
I love it. I mean, I like.
Josh and I went to a really cursed, Hollywood party one night. And
Oh, God.
You told me about
Story.
it. You told me about it.
we ended up,
And I was even there.
obviously not naming names,
But they know.
but it was.
Name 'em.
No.
Whoa, slow your roll.
Oh
my God.
No.
Definitely.
No, but we ended up in just like a conversation with like a really, really wasted person that we left that party and we're like, we could never go to like a famous person.
Was it
party
giving
again.
episode 4?
It was giving episode 4, and it was like a
Party, like-
party where it was just like by like 2 a.m. It was so many people we've seen in movies and TV just wasted, like, and we couldn't get out of conversations, and we were running away from people, and so then we were like, I think you need to go back to Madrid for a bit. Yeah. But there are definitely those nights where you're just like, oh wow, this is what this town can do.
But I think one of the things about this city is that there's like this insane level of ambition and possibility right next to failure and decades of wanting something. And so like those two things like coexisting together, it's just a wild thing. Like it can be so exciting and fun and then depressing and absurd at the same time. And so the city's just like whiplash constantly, I feel like. And
I always say it's like the most haunted city ever because like they say about ghosts, like you stay on this plane if you have unfinished business. And what city has more unfinished business? Literally contracts that never get signed. They just don't get signed.
I honestly don't even. This table is it's resonating. Everything you're saying. They're having a kiki. Yeah.
It's resonating with you. Yeah.
Did you ever have moments in writing the show where you were just like, this feels a little extreme, or will people get this outside of LA, or is it to LA? What I'm trying to capture here.
No. No, I think I want to especially credit Max and Emma, who I talked about before. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm someone who can rush sometimes. I'm someone who can be like, we have to get to the end product, we have to get there. And there were a lot of moments in the writer's room when like Max and Emma would be like, forget about all of that, forget about the what are they gonna think online, the this, the that. Like, what's happening in the story? And like, what's happening in the plot? And I said, I don't care about plot. I don't care about that. They said, well, we gotta write one. Okay. And I think it was just being in a room with other really talented writers who I respect, who would like ground it in the story, and then going back to knowing who my actors were and being like, what does it sound like when they say something? And that, I think, grounded me. I felt like I couldn't put too much pressure on it when I was in the room because it would have driven me crazy. I'm putting pressure on it now when it's too late.
Great.
It's too late, we can't change it. We already locked it. So now I'm stressing out, I'm going, do people hate me? I'm texting my friends every day, but I can't change the show. So that's
Fix it in
kinda
season
good.
2.
Yeah. I can freak out all about season 2. Perfect.
And speaking of that writer's room though, like I know you touched on this a little bit, but what was the balance between being in the writer's room, needing to follow this plot, understanding the characters and the closeness that you were all developing, but that improv angle as well? Like what was the balance there? Were you allowed to play? Was it very much by the book?
We totally got to play. I feel like everyone kept dropping in deeper and deeper to their characters. Like, I remember the night that you guys were at Ginny, and the improvs were next level. It was like, I was like coming, I wasn't there at the beginning of set, and like Max and Emma were texting me being like, the improvs are crazy, it's so good. Like, everyone's so locked in about the rabbit. And like, everyone was crushing, and then like, Max would shout stuff behind the camera, like alts and stuff. And then we would save alts when we were writing too. Like jokes that we were like, we'll bring this back. But I just feel everyone's such good improvisers here. Like in the edit too, we would be like pulling stuff up and we would be like, we need something here. We would be like, just go to Jordan's mic. And there would be like something he would say like off mic. It would be like, put that on. Like there was just always like some gem from one of the actors that we could use.
It really does feel like the biggest dream to like be in a cast that all level each other up. And it's like to like float on that plane of creativity is like what you dream of your entire life. You're just like some scenes we had finished and you're just like, whoa, like usually as an actor you're like, well, I should die and that was the worst thing I've ever done and I should never act again and I won't because I won't get hired. But like we would have scenes where I was like, that was like pretty good.
You were really funny. And I feel like we were also very supportive of each other. Like after a wrap, we'd be like, guys, like you killed it in that one moment. Like even
and especially true because this is like her first like big acting role and she's fucking phenomenal.
And she
like,
tore.
fucking phenomenal.
Truly. Incredible job, True.
Like I remember like there were choices she would make. Like, I remember like in episode 3, like I was talking to Bill Benz, the director, and we were both like, she's like a legit genius, right? Like she was just doing things I've never seen an actor, let alone human, do. Like just choices that I've never seen humanity happen.
In the rabbit scene too, you're sitting there saying shit where Jordan and I look across the room, we're like, what the fuck? How did she even think about that? Like, it was crazy. Yeah, it was.
I think also like not only improv, but it's like the way people deliver lines. You know what I mean? Like True specifically, I feel like it's like she gives you a delivery where you're like, it's kind of Meryl Streep Tate, where it's like you're like, who would think to scream right now? Meryl and True. Like I'm gonna say it, but it's like the way you deliver it and it's unexpected. But then once you hear it, you're like, I could never imagine it any other way.
Yeah. And you can never plan it that way.
Yes.
It's like a thing that just has to come from someone so locked in and so in it. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, no, like your ability almost to be aloof. There was this innocence to Alani that I really loved. It was so fun to see. You did such a brilliant job, but look, the show had a lot of discourse online. I'm just going to read a couple of things.
no,
Good things to highlight what we've been talking about here.
Rachel Sennott is a stupid bitch.
We don't need, no, I'm kidding. So Jasmine Water on Thread said, I Love LA is actually scary accurate because I knew where their salad was from based on the brown takeout container. Am I and everyone I know awful? And then, live threading update. Elijah Wood looking up Superbad clips is so inside baseball. I've literally been at this party. This is our culture. So you're doing something right. It was very cool. And you obviously are going out and collecting experiences for these accurate moments. So thank you for that because it truly makes it so LA. And in knowing that, though, I wanted to understand, like, did you have or do you have any LA rituals or experiences that you pulled into your characters? Who wants to answer?
I mean, I do the board game thing. Like, I'll admit it. I'm a
Clean.
nerd.
Come clean, Josh.
I
We do board
literally-
games.
This is a safe
Tell them.
I did this last weekend. I played a board game that
What was the
14
game?
hours.
14 hours.
It's 14 hours to play. It's a fact. I did it. Oh, it feels so good to say it and get it off my chest. Oh wow, it's nice. Yeah.
Everyone's pretty chill about that. Pretty chill about that. They're being nice. Anybody else?
I think I broke my mic. Now it's working. Hi guys. Rituals?
I did one moment that Rachel did pull from my life. I had a lover where we had a good friendly rapport, and one time after we both had ejaculated.
Good what?
We had a good rapport. Back and forth, the tete-a-tete, if you will.
Answers. Sick.
But after we had both ejaculated, we looked at each other and said, that part.
Stop.
That's from real life.
Real.
Oh my God.
It was cheeky, but you know, it's good to laugh after coming, I think. Sue me, I want to have a laugh after coming.
That's fair.
You know what? That is the perfect way to end this podcast. I have one last thing to say on that note, though, Jordan. Hey, you rule.
Aww.
Thank you all so much. This was so much fun. Thank you.